It was with Trevor Mills.
Was it with Trevor?
Tricky Trev. He knows his onions, that man. But because he talks like fucking all this, but I think he knows so much.
Yeah, I'll give him credit.
Like he's educated on everything within the trade.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, like why isn't he at the head of what is it?
Head of the snake? What head of what? Thank you for supporting our channel. Thank you for supporting Wizan. Please like, subscribe, comment, and hit the notification bell for any future videos. Head of the organisations.
Like representing us, like why?
I'll tell you what, it takes a toll. It takes a toll in the passion and everything else. And that's the thing that I've learned over the years. You get too involved and your heart gets involved in it, you're going to die early.
That's where like a lot of cab drivers as well, like when they see certain fuckeries going on our ranks when it's not being policed, it's like, I can't be bothered anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But then with that attitude, you will then lose it.
Yeah.
To be honest, it's probably always been there, Aaron.
Not to the extent that it is now. There are 105,000 of these people,
but they've taken a hit. I mean, I think we've won the battle. I do think.
Do you know what else I don't like? What I've seen.
What?
Is they are everywhere. Book trains.
Oh yeah. Oh, I've just started to see that. Yeah.
On there. Do this
I've
on
just
there.
started to see
They're
that,
getting everything.
I would, if I was you, don't take it to heart so much. Get on with your job and do the things that you can change and be empowered. Empowered with the bits you can do. Because I'm seeing them now complaining about the new Free Now deal, the new Uber deal, and everything else. They're all moaning about it. But to be honest, does it affect us too much? Probably not. And I was telling Dave earlier, my mate, when I passed out, my mate's dad, I said to him, Lenny, look at all these minicabs at Cornhill. The illegal minicabs, not minicabs. There's the Ford Cortina and Ford Granada pulls up in the Ford Sierra, and they're just taking fares out of the bars coming out of the city. And he said to me, Dean, if it's that good a job, get yourself a saloon car and go and do it. We was one in, one out. We was full up. We couldn't cope with the fares at the time. So do you earn enough money in your cab should be one of the questions. And you should be aware of watching out for the things that are negative for you. And the trade organisations are the ones that are watching for that. I do think now, with all the PhD drivers I know, they don't like that job. They're being murdered. They can't. Why would you want to be a PhD driver? They're getting no money. They're getting paid pittance. Having the same aggro, the worst aggro. How much aggro do you think they get from disrespectful customers compared to what we get in a disrespectful customer? It must be tenfold.
And there's no like sort of barrier.
No petition.
No offence here. I don't care.
Of who?
What they have to.
Oh no, I don't care. Yeah, I do care.
That's no offence to them as a person, as an individual. But don't give a fuck. I've spent 10 to 15 grand learning the knowledge of London. Bought me fucking bike, filled it up, gone out to fucking Neasden in the snow. I've earned the right to do what the fuck I want to do. And then when it comes to the fucking job, it's the easiest job in the world, right? You're picking up from there to there. You've learned how to do it. You're getting paid at the end of it. The stress levels on top of that is what's being taken away from us.
Yes.
And then the brand new cabs. Obviously, your boy here, he's got if you want to rent, you got to charge now fucking even more premium because the interest rates are fucking sky high for them. So you've got to go and find 500-600 quid a week before you've even earned fucking money.
Do you know the history of the cab trade in terms of earning money? So the problem is now we have had a good thing. Somewhere in the 70s, 80s, 90s, the bad spell, there's been 2 bad spells in my 30-year career and nothing worse than the COVID. I mean, knocked everything into cocked out. Now, basically, we are a very well-paid working class job.
Yes.
So, but we weren't a well-paid working class job, but we was absolutely a working class job back in the day. So in the 1900s, I'm reading this book, and it's got loads of little facts and data. Back then, you couldn't own a cab and you couldn't rent a cab. I own the cab, and you can use my cab, and I take the fares. I get 80% of your first pound and 75% of your second pound, and I don't do anything. I just own the cab. So from that, we now have what we've got now. Yep. At least we can rent a cab or buy a cab or whatever else, and now we are both the proprietor and the renter, and we're much more financially better off. Yep. And you always got to compare what is the average median income of someone now in London, because we're kind of above that. We're not in the low end as percentages. I think it's something like £28,000 a year people are earning. Whereas in the cab, you're getting about 13 grand a year, isn't it? I don't know.
14 and a half.
So relative to the fact of the freedom we get and the kind of job we get and the money that we do get.
Everyone fucking knows that it's a great second job to have.
Part-time. Yeah, the best part-time job in the world is a very cliche thing that they say.
And it's the best job to have if you're a single individual. If you're a single man or a single woman,
wow.
Best job in the world because you got a family.
Mm-hmm.
You hopefully you're on the same team. So if you're a man and you've gone through the knowledge with your missus, she needs to understand now that if you want me and us to have this great fucking life, I'll be there as much as I can, but I need to go and do the unsociable hours. I need to go and do these hours, but I'm going to be bringing home X amount of money. So hit it hard for why you can.
Always.
I know for you, like you want the numbers and you need the numbers to keep your school afloat. And I don't want to like bash the cab trade. I don't want to do that. But what I'm saying is the pressures that we are under to find X amount of money. It's like the whole electric vehicle, our electric cab, for how much it is. We as a union, as a group, collective, should have said, fuck off. It doesn't need to be that much money. It's a lot of money. I understand that there's new mods and cods to these fucking things, but you go in and take it in for a service or a warranty, the people at the garage are like that, we don't actually know how much it's going to be. They just pull out fucking numbers out the sky. I was going to be that. How the fuck do you know? It's never been here before.
Are you a proprietor?
No.
You are, David.
Yeah.
Did it change? Because I'm a proprietor. Did you have to take you had to get a proprietor's license to buy your cab?
Oh.
I don't know what's changed then. We had to apply for a proprietor's license.
Really?
Yeah. To own a cab. So even though I'm a cab driver, I cannot own a cab unless I am a proprietor. I had to get a proprietor's license afterwards, which...
Does that cost money?
Yeah, of course.
Right, okay,
of course. And that to prove that I wasn't a bankrupt and I was a good businessman and stuff like that to get the proprietor's license.
Look, I've just seen the other day, is it Cab Vision? That if you want to be solely in charge of the dash cam footage, you got to pay £40 a month or £40 a year. £40 a year. Who makes that? Who made those rules and
anyone that can? Yeah,
stipulations? Oh, it's TfL. So it's another tax, another money earner.
Yeah.
But then Cab Vision come back to me and said, "Well, no, but we can be in charge of it. You don't have to worry. No, you're missing the point. I understand that you'll fucking do the doggy work and fucking like get the footage for me if I need it. Why the fuck are you paying for it? It's another thing like just to get at us. The whole fucking the card payments we spoke about before, the legal card payment machines in the back of the cab and what we can and can't use. Yeah, yet again, I just think it's unnecessary stresses on this trade.
Well, the card payment has got, again, that is conspiracy-wise, it's who can earn the most money. Someone's got an invested interest, and their invested interest is the card machine is mine. Let's make it exclusive. I will put the money in, and I will get the money. So everything in our system is that way. Do Uber have black cabs on their platform?
They used to when they first started, didn't they? Because there was a picture going around of like all the cab drivers that were on it.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's quite evil, isn't it? That's not good. You're probably quite militant. You'd have them strung up.
No, but like if you get found
taking the pictures.
Yeah. Come here, guys and girls.
Stand up against that wall and see your height.
But you'd like to sort of sit these people down and be like, so why are you doing that? What is not out there on the streets that you need to have? But it's like a lot of these apps. They want they want all the figures in all the players. We want to fucking be able to rent out or hire out a scooter, a Prius, a Merc, a black cab. This, that. They want everything. Yeah. It's just, but it's a race to the bottom.
Yes, and also it's always for me with the thing with the black cab trade is we're individual businesses which spreads the money evenly across so many thousands of people, whereas these are looking to pyramid the money straight to the top and pay off the fees to the investors and the.
Yeah, no. With regards to those cab drivers, you just ask them a question like why. If they can't give you an answer, then you just like there's no respect for them. Own it. Say, I want to do it because all I want to do is just come into work, get me money, fuck off home.
I'm trying to be devil's advocate and think of why. And in all honesty, I can't think.
No.
I can't think. With the Uber one, I can't think of why. You would have been, for us, that's a swear word. We should say the U word.
So I have had Free Now approach me to do some content for them.
Yep.
And because they know that I've never done a job on Free Now. I haven't done a job on there since it was my taxi.
Yeah.
And it was back in 2018 or whatever. So I went out and spoke to cab drivers to try and convince me as to what I'm missing out on. And obviously there were some pretty decent things. And I actually went back to Free Now, and I said to them that if you wanted more cab drivers on your platform instead of like 3,500 that you've got, lower the commission. So the commission, I believe, is 15%, 10-15%.
Yeah, I think it changes. I mean, I really do something for it. I do little odd ones, but yeah, it's 15, and if you do so many, sometimes
yeah. So if you do 10, it goes down to like 5 or 10, and then it goes down to 0% commission if you do an X amount of jobs throughout the month or whatever, or the week. But I said to him, I said, if you capped it at like 7.5%,
yeah, you get more.
The money that you're losing in the commission,
you'd gain with the
more
coverage
because you'd get I don't know, 3/4 of the cab trade on it. I think.
Don't we just use it as it fits the roles of, you know, you've been thrown out to Muswell Hill, or it's not such a bad place, but you've been thrown out to Wood Green, and it goes off at Wood Green. Yeah, so that's kind of the bonus.
Remember what I said before? I believe that it's, yet again, we have to be careful with.
It's learning. It's teaching them the knowledge.
It's teaching the other mob. They're giving our lines because when you then complete job, it's logged into the cloud. Then when a similar Manor House station to Gibson Square is popped in.
I liked that conspiracy, and I put that conspiracy to Tom Hutley. And Tom Hutley's a genius. He's been to university.
No offence, who's Tom Hutley? Is this a black
behind you? Look,
cab?
Tom Hutley. You don't know Tom Hutley?
Tom.
No one next to him.
Yeah.
He's been bigger on socials than you are.
All right, relax. I don't care. He's got a better forehead than I. We got.
Well, that's an AI photo, so he doesn't actually look like. He's a much more handsome fellow than that. But you need to now check out Tom Hutley on YouTube.
Sorry, Tom, I do apologise.
Tom is the biggest. Tom Hutley will put out a YouTube video, and within a few hours, he's had 25,000 views.
Sick man.
So
earning money out of it. Good
well, he should be. Yeah. So he's
absolutely.
on big views. And I put that to him, and he said, Dean, they already do that with everything you do on your phone and everything else. They're following every journey. So the getting the knowledge journey from us is not really necessary. They're getting it anyway from everything else. So I don't think they're gaining the best routes from us, which is your idea. I liked it.
I think they do. I'm
going to have Tom tell him to give you your answer, because it was better than mine. But because when I think about it, your idea,
I wouldn't necessarily disagree with what he's saying. So this phone knows that I'm here. When you drive your cars, sometimes the maps thing comes up and says, "Oh, your car is located here." Okay, it will then pocket your journey. So when it comes to all this ULEZ stuff, and it will see your regular routes that you take. Because everyone's got a regular routine a day, you know what I mean? So on the way into work, I'll do M25, A13, M25, A13. Oh, so what we'll do, we'll in the future, we'll charge him more money to drive.
Stick a toll on a good road and make people pay the money for the good road. So,
on particular people as well. So if I do that job 15 times a week and someone else does it 4 times a week, I'll get told. Do you know what I mean? So you'll get it on an account. But yeah, I think that more intricate ones, i.e. logging the routes that we do. So when you do pick up and you press ping, you've completed something. That's finished. It then gets put there. Then when it's needed to be used again elsewhere, this is what that route is.
But there's other problem with your theory though. Most cabbies don't know where they're bloody hell going. They're just, the algorithm's going to get well confused with the routes that we use. How are you finding it being famous?
It's not famous.
You're well famous.
No, I'm just known a little bit.
Do you get recognised in the cab all the time?
Yeah, all the time. I had it yesterday in, I say all the time and then I say yesterday. So yeah, yesterday, Grosvenor House.
No one today, but yesterday.
No, not today. I haven't been in long enough.
What, were you staying in the Grosvenor House Hotel?
No, I picked up because there was a dude there.
Yeah.
Geezer comes to the window and goes, "Hello, mate, can we go?" It's you, innit? I'm like, "Oh, fucking grow up. Where are we going?"
Yeah.
Like, give me gold. Yeah. Oh, it's not that far, but I'll give you a good tip. Fucking like £1.
A pound tip?
Yeah, a good tip's a tenner. I think a good tip is a tenner. Fucking quid. Like when you get people that push in at a rank or something. I don't know. We'll make it worth your while.
They never do.
We'll pay double. But I'll call them out on it.
Yeah.
You're pushing in front of a woman and a child, and you've legaled me on a card as well.
Yeah.
People, like, I don't know if you find it now. Do you take cash? Just absolutely. 12.20. Can I give you cash? Just give me a tenner.
Preferably.
Just give me a tenner. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, those days
I'll
are
say it
over.
all the time, yeah. Tenner or whatever, off 20, whatever. You know, if it's 60p a pound over, I'm not bothered about that. I'm just cashing it.
You're obviously in the know of like where this trade's going.
Yeah.
What's happening? Like, as in, like, what we got to look forward to?
You want me to tell you the conspiracies? I think
The truth.
that what people don't realise, and as much as there's a lot of people, you've got a similar thing to me. We are loved and hated, and we've got to learn to deal with the haters.
But the haters won't say it to your face though. They'll gang up on you on the socials and sort of like say, "Oh, he swears too much," and then someone chimes in with a like, and then like they won't tag you in it, or they will, but then they won't talk to you face to face, and you'll see them. You know they are down at Sappori's or fucking when you have a bit of food. Oh, I make tea for you, yeah. You all right?
You buy everyone tea in
Fucking
Sapporo?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I'll go fucking go there, get a free cup of tea.
Yeah, 80p a tea, no milk.
I was going to say, I think our trade was on the floor, and people didn't realise we're 15,000 cabbies now, 14,000, down from 26,000 in the 90s. This is so 26,000 were earning money back then. So there's money there if that amount of cabs are there. Obviously, the changes to our industry are the inflation of minicab drivers and the amount that they've come in. I think that the minicab war has been won slightly. I mean, we should still be careful, but they will decline and they will find their base of where they're going to get their market. I think our trade has increased, but we were a stone's throw away from utter collapse, and people didn't realise it. That if you don't have enough students going through the knowledge, then the examiner's got no one to test. If they've got no one to test, they will instantly say, well, let's just scrap the whole thing. So you needed people to test. The proprietors who are getting all the cabs and investing in it, they want people to drive their cabs. There aren't enough people to drive their cabs. If you want them to make a cab to compete against the LEVC cab, then you need to have enough drivers coming through to buy that cab. But then no one. So you can moan about the price of it, but if there's only 5 people who are going to buy your cab, then you're going to make it very expensive. If you get 1 million people to buy a cab, it gets cheaper. So if you want a cheaper cab, you need hundreds of thousands of drivers. If you have hundreds of thousands of drivers, then you earn less because the pool of money is spread out across the drivers. So there's a balance here. And I think moaning about the price of the cab is minor in comparison, because if you want the cheaper cab, you have to have lots of people to buy it, which means you earn relative to the division of the money across the board. There's only so many fares.
So then it then goes in with our regulator should be pumping this trade and promoting us and who we are and what we represent.
Couldn't we do that ourselves? Are we not really?
Oh yeah, no, we can.
We're responsible for ourselves.
We can, but there's a lot of drivers that have been in this job a very long time that don't give a fuck about it anymore. They don't want to do it. Like I said to you, the people that have fucking got their mortgages all paid off and they're all nice, they're fucking cushy.
Yeah.
They don't want to. They don't want to help out. They'd rather fucking come out, earn a little bit of money, go over the fucking airport. Yeah, fuck the trade. This is what's going on. What's the point?
Yeah.
Such a bad attitude to have.
Well, they've been in it long enough. They'll fade away. The new people keep coming through. We get about 10. I had 15 years, I think, of working hard in the cab and dwindling off. And to an extent, I think a lot of people have that. You've got about 10 or 15 years of working the cab to find a place where you've reached your social, economic position that you're okay. And you can just then work less and have a nicer life. And then you'd work. Then you don't want to work at all. You want to get some money, but for not working at all, which you still have to do.
And then become a proprietor and...
So if no one comes through the knowledge, if they can't get people to buy their cab, and to be honest, to be fair, they got no one. You got to pass out, these drivers are not buying the cabs, and everybody moans it's too expensive. If you bought the cab and paid the full HP, it works out about 100 grand, but it's still over £300 a week. You can still rent that cab if you want to for £350 a week. So if you want to work out the finances of it all, that 100 grand, you're looking at 100 grand in your head. Okay, I'm thinking of buying that brand new electric Mercedes. That's 70 grand. And if I had it on HP, it'd be 100 grand. If I want to have that luxury, I'd have to pay the money for it. And very often, how many of these people are driving around in stupid cars as well as having their cab anyway? Or you're happy to buy a 40 grand BMW because that's your love and your passion, but you're not happy to buy a 70 grand cab that you earn the money that pays for the things that you want anyway?
But sometimes the car isn't for you, it's for your family.
Well, are you a 2-car family?
I've got to be.
What's the other car?
Like a Volkswagen T-Rock.
Oh, they're all
Well,
right.
he loves the T-Rock.
Yeah.
T-Rock up in that. T-Rock.
I like Volkswagens.
No, I don't. I said to you, they're a bit bland.
Yeah, I know that, but there's just I know they're bulletproof, but it just is seems. I've had loads of Golfs.
Dankeschön.
Yeah.
Danke. What's the like your head honcho of Wizan? Is there any plans to sort of bleed someone in to take over, and you just be like, well, Dean Warrington owns it.
Yeah.
It has fuck all to do with it, apart from the finances at the end of the year, and then you have someone that basically manages it all, or is there not enough bods?
There was always, back in the day, it was always my wife used to say the company is kind of your persona, as it were, or what you're selling. So it was always a hard gig to sell on.
What about having an app? And I don't mean a points app, I mean like a cab app.
Oh, what, for the industry? Oh, we'll go along with Unified. You got to. They're already in the market, aren't they? So me and Dave, we're happy with Unify.
What do you mean you're happy with?
Well, Unify, yeah.
Sorry, Dave.
Yeah, the morals of Unify.
Right,
Dave's well at me. Dave's on it.
Yeah, I love it.
I always thought that the Halo guys, they kind of did it, but I always wondered why they needed so many of them. They kind of were like 6 or 7 guys got together. I honestly think I'd have done it on my own.
Greed?
What, the 6 or 7 guys? Mm-hmm. Well, a fear of failure, and the worry of the investment that they needed, not really knowing how they needed to invest. Back then, doing apps was probably more expensive as the industry was new, so you needed a developer and it would cost more money. But what Mickey Harris is doing now with Unify, is just him, and it's now feasible. Because the idea is, and I always felt this, if all of us had one app that we were behind, all of us, we are in control. So you can forget this moaning about Free Now having whatever on their platform or whatever. We could all have this one app. So the best way Mickey's doing it now is slowly, every single one of us, don't worry about customers, don't worry about using it. All go on it with being ready to use it. And then if everybody's on it, don't use anybody else's. And then you don't even have a great deal of advertising. If you come to London and you want a black cabs use Unify. And you can advertise, but it doesn't have to be massive because we are not diversified. There's one app that we use, and that's the one you need to use.
Problem is that
we're not unified.
Friends of mine that will not do that. They want their fucking E9 to fucking West 12 jobbing every day. So instead of investing in the Unify brand and what it is, they're panicking about.
But they can keep using that for the moment. Keep doing everything. But be on Unify and let it sort of simmer in the background, and then all of a sudden they can take it because was it £2 a job? He takes £2 of every job. That's it.
He doesn't take it out of the job, does he?
No, the customer pays £4 on top.
So £2 booking.
So it's like £12. Like, so it's a booking. So it's your ride is £10, or it's
£2. That doesn't come. There's a £4 booking fee. £2 goes into the £2.
So the Unified,
it's £2 booking fee. And that's what you're allowed to charge, isn't it? He takes the £2. You get the full fare.
So whatever the fare goes on the meter.
Yes. Completely.
And then you put that into the. Oh, it went £40, and then it comes through as £40, but then he adds on. No,
you don't. You get £40. It's already been added in. The £2 comes off as a booking fee, but it's not there, isn't it?
So the passenger though is £40 plus £2 booking.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the passenger at the end.
The passenger knows there's a booking fee.
Okay.
£2, and then the meter's the fare.
Okay.
You get everything.
So that's how that's it. It's done through the app. So even though I'll put it on my phone, it's £40. On their phone, they've been charged £42.
Yes, for the booking fee.
Okay. Gotcha.
And here's the other thing. Basically, Mickey's getting £2 for every fare. How much money do these companies need? If it's just me and I get £2 on every fare that every cab does every day, you will be a multi-millionaire just on the £2 fees. But these companies, they need more than the multi-millions. They are taking a percentage on every single aspect that they can get a percentage on.
It's power. What do people with power want? More power.
Yeah.
But then again, this trade, I go back to it, the whole jealousy thing.
Yeah.
So dear old Mickey, he's the one that's put the graft in and created the app and doing X, Y, and Z. As soon as people find out, oh, look, there's 10,000 cab drivers on there. Oh, I do about 12 jobs a day. That's that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're earning loads of money, Mickey.
Yeah.
Jealousy.
Yep.
Fuck off, mate.
I'm not going on that because Mickey's just bought a lovely house in Marbella and he's now living up.
Fucking Uncle Wayno, we'll call him, won't we? Wayne Lineker.
Looks a bit like him.
Well, what happened with Wayne Lineker?
No, he looks like him, doesn't he?
No, Wayne Lineker is just like, he's a bit of a young ladies' man, isn't he?
Who is he?
What do you mean? Who do you mean? Fucking Wayne Lineker? Gary Lineker? Do you know who he is?
I don't-
England international.
Lineker's
Great.
bars and all that, isn't it? Lineker's
Greatest
bar.
England striker ever lived. And Wayne Lineker's his son. I know there's a bar in Marbella called Lineker's.
That's it.
That's his.
Yeah, and then he owns, or part owns, or involved with Ocean Beach out in Ibiza.
Oh, so he's done that. He was never a football player.
He's just out there fucking knuckle deep.
Is his name really Wayne?
Wayno, yeah. You're overthinking it.
Ah.
Get back to Mickey on his £2. So he can buy dinner next time we're here, and he can.
Bought him dinner just now. It's costing me this podcast.
Cake.
So Unify. So how's Unify going on then? How's it getting on?
I think he's progressed from when we spoke him. Was it 6 months ago in summer? I think he has. From what he's saying, he's progressed, and he is. I mean, how many interviews has he got coming up?
Loads.
Channel 4, ITV, BBC, all in the next couple of weeks.
Brilliant.
And
So,
you know,
I mean,
we said to him, he hits. If you hit the thing of getting interviewed and everything else, it can sometimes only last a week, and you've done it all, and then it just fades away because nothing happens. So you have to be keeping feeding this stuff. So he's done that, and he's got loads of interviews this week, and he's been doing that since we saw him last,
and
over
also,
a year ago.
McCann Erickson, the advertising company,
Yep.
they've come in and basically going to work back she. And it was a bad thing about the billboards, wasn't it? The billboards.
Yep.
You get a gap. So if someone rents it for 6 weeks and then the dates, and there's a week or 4 days gap, they're going to give it that advertising. So you're going to see that around London for free. He's getting that
Good.
because they like the idea
Yeah.
and what he's doing.
Fingers crossed, man.
Well, we could. Look, we've been doing these as well, and
But what's his end goal with it?
nothing. I think it's just to succeed. Didn't be a hobby. I
So
said
see
to him,
where Halo went, and
Yep.
then Bods.
yes.
Does he as soon as because there's nothing stopping Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the company's name.
Buying him.
And going, here, it's £5 million off your pop, and he goes, I'll have some of that.
It would be very, very difficult. We did speak to him about that. He said there's nothing to stop me doing that, but he doesn't want to because he's been doing it for his wife Barbara, who died, and he's been doing it with a very high moralistic value. But at the same time, at some time he's going to die, and he's got children. And if someone said I can buy your dad's company for £5, yes, please. So I don't know.
No offence to Mick, he sounds like a swell chap, and I wish him all the success in the world, and I genuinely mean that. Everyone has a price, even you.
Oh, mine's cheap.
Price.
Mine's cheap.
Oh,
That'd
he's
be
a
a
lot
lot.
lower than 5 million.
All that shit.
I think it could happen. He could, he's prepared to sit it out. Then he said,
But I think
if
he's
sit
right.
Next year, if I sit another year,
He
I'll
will
just
sit it
keep,
out. But
yeah.
Mick's 60.
But his son
Is he in a
his head,
financial
He's okay.
situation where he's all right and
He's
he
okay.
can sort of just
Yeah.
plod away with this for 5 years and be okay?
The last year, it's cost him 60 grand just to run it.
Yes.
Out of his own pocket.
So it would be fair to say he at least gets his money back double, really. If you put 60 in and then give him, he gets 120 back, and he's putting 60 every year, then he wants 120 back for all them investment years and stuff. And so it wouldn't be unfair to say that he could, and I hope he does end up with loads of money in his own pocket, because the system will be that we as drivers are just paying £2 on every fare. You can't moan about that.
Where did he come up with the name?
His wife. Was it his wife?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
It was his wife, Barbara. I'm sure it was his wife, Barbara.
She come up with it,
Yeah, she came up with it, the name.
Nice
And
that he's carried it on then.
Yeah,
Very
and it
nice.
was unified was the fact that the trade is fragmented,
Yep.
and
We need to.
yes, and it could be good. And is it like this business of, like, as I said, me and you have both got our haters and our lovers, and it's fine. But really and truly, we shouldn't be hating on anybody at all. It should be proud that someone like Tom Hutley. Tom's done massive work for the trade by doing his YouTube channel, and it's really kicks off. And worldwide, he's got the worldwide audience. You doing what you do, again, always emphasising I'm a cab driver. It's massively keeping us in there. We've got to keep our presence, and we all got to be behind each other as a trade.
Just a quick question. Is that Black Cabbie Tom that...
Yeah.
Tom the taxi driver.
Yeah, Tom the taxi
That's
driver.
him, yeah.
From here, he looks mixed race there.
Yeah, no, it does look a little bit. We said
That's
that
why I'm
too.
like, I'm fucking, I don't even recognise who he is.
I put in
What else
AI.
you do?
I put it on the AI. Dave, there's Dave.
In the white jacket, no.
Fuck Fuck off.
It's Dave.
Is that Gunning?
Yeah.
Fuck what? No way.
That's Hall there, right next to you. No,
that's Patel.
That one there looks like a doorman.
So don't you?
Medicine Ball, isn't it?
Who do you know? Do you know who that one is?
That's Whitehead.
Yeah.
Shennels,
Yeah.
Patel, Gunning, Hall,
Dave.
you.
McDowell.
McDowell. Marmez.
Marmez.
Where is she?
Yeah. And Wilkin and Velocevic.
Wilkins.
Velocevic is the new young one that you might not have been
No.
there. And then there's the new guy, obviously, Mark Hansford.
Hansford.
So, yeah.
Where's Mark from?
He is East End boy, I think. Yeah, I think he's been out 7 years.
See all these examiners, they all have like, their favourites with regards to areas. Do they get told by like Hall or Shennels and be like, right, you're going to do like
No.
the West End and do it, or is it just like?
No, yeah. So Hall is very Streatham-y based, and everybody else.
Is that for a particular reason?
Yeah, so it's linked to where he travels in and out from and stuff like
so
that.
he knows certain stuff.
But I have a lot of respect for Dave Hall. He's very, very good and knows a lot about all sorts. He's a blue badge as well. So the last time I remember, there were 50 joint badge, green badge, blue badge holders out of all of us. Mm-hmm. So there's not a great deal. So to do that, you've got to do the history of England, I think you have to do to get a blue badge. It's not the history of London.
England.
Yeah, it's the whole lot. You got to do we were doing history the other day.
But remember, you can't apply for hire while sitting on a fucking red route, can you?
No.
Even though you've earned the right.
Well, there's a few of them quirky things, and what was the other one? If your light is on, the light is not a symbol that you're for hire.
What is it? A symbol that you're just a cab driver?
Just a cabbie with a yellow light on the top. You're not for hire. I'd have to go back from me. I used to love the abstract.
So I know all the fucking like if it's over an hour, you can't.
Yeah, no.
You don't have to do it. 12 miles, don't have to do it. I look at it that your lights on, you wouldn't mind an hour job home.
Yeah,
but you won't do an hour job the other way.
Well, this is a way of getting away with it. You nearly tried. I'm sitting at a set of lights. My light is on, and they come run into the window and they're trying to open the door. And I say to them, "I'm really sorry. I'm not for hire.
Yeah,
your light's on.
Yeah,
I am sorry. I'm not for hire. The light is actually doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
I'm saying
you didn't purposely go out your way to stop.
Absolutely, and that's kind of the contract. If I remember right, the legal contract is as soon as you engage in a conversation,
right.
And it may even be.
So even if you've just said I'm not for hire,
well,
we're having a chat.
Yeah, I think it might be where you're going. I think as soon as you,
terminology.
Yeah, that's something like that. But
this has been entertaining. I don't know what the fuck we spoke about, but.
We start a regular show.
You've got to start. You'll get back to the mole.
The mole.
Yeah. We want to know who it is.
We've
got to find out who the mole is.
So the nutshell.
What you should do is when you do like your little snippets, you can put up like the A, B, C. Who do you think it is?
So it's been absolutely magnificent, Aaron, for you to come again, the Crazy Ginger Cabbie, and we love what you do, even though a lot of people hate you. But not us. Dave doesn't. Dave's your biggest fan.
He's come to a show.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't thank you enough. Like the just quickly, my show coming up in December. There's a Twitter page, the Taxi Drivers Forum.
Yeah,
they bought 20 tickets, cabbies. I've got loads of cabbies coming to this next show. I can't wait. I'm buzzing for it.
You'll be looking out for them to get them.
You'll be able to tell them. They've got fucking Mars bars on their faces and fucking.
Well, they're going to be fans as well, aren't they? I mean,
yeah.
So I had a little podcast. One of my that was here, and I said to him, "The Crazy Ginger Cabbie's coming later. Yeah. This is the podcast before the one you did last." Yeah. And they said, I can't take him. He's a little bit like Marmite, and he's a little bit like Mickey Flanagan."
Yeah.
And I said to him, well, every comedian's a little bit like someone. It's a little bit of a weak comment. It's a nowhere comment. It's an off the cuff.
If you don't like someone or what they do, then you don't like them. You haven't got to say, oh, they sound or they try to be, or you're just a shit fucking person.
Stuck up for you.
Cheers, mate. Who is this cunt?
Danny Borg. Dan. I told him.
Dan, come on, mate. I'll be your friend. I'll buy you a Sapori. I'll buy you a pasta.
He's a lovely bloke, Danny. Cheers.